There's a certain kind of silence that only comes with age. Not the peaceful, meditative quiet, but the quiet of long mornings alone. Of teacups placed gently on the counter. Of no one asking how you slept. I used to think I needed someone beside me again. Another partner, another companion to fill the gaps of growing old. I remarried at 71. I believed I was opening a door to a second chance at happiness. But here I am, 80 years old, and I've learned the hard way. Some doors aren't meant to be reopened. This is not a story about bitterness. It's not a warning against love. It's a reflection from someone who believed in something deeply and found strength, healing, and wholeness on the other side of heartbreak. These days it's not a new partner who keeps me grounded. It's the quiet power of my morning and the habits that saved me. Section 1. Why I thought remarrying was the answer. At 71, the evenings felt longer than ever. Retirement had settled in. The kids had their own lives. My friends were either busy or no longer around. I missed being asked how my day was. I missed being touched, softly, affectionately. So when I met James at a community dinner, everything inside me stirred. He was kind. He laughed at my old jokes. He liked gardening. I thought, this is it. Maybe love really does come twice. We courted like teenagers. He brought tulips, I baked pies. We talked about travel and shared aches in our knees. It was comforting. So I remarried. We moved in together, blended routines, made space in closets and medicine cabinets. I thought I had found peace again. But peace and partnership aren't the same. Section 2. What I didn't expect about remarrying. In old age, there's a tenderness in young love and a stubbornness in old love. At our age, we come with habits cemented by decades. He liked the TV loud. I liked mornings quiet. He snored. I worried. He wanted dinner at 6. I grazed all day. But it wasn't just the little things. It was the emotional space. I had grown comfortable with my solitude, and suddenly I had to shrink parts of myself to fit into someone else's expectations. Again, he wanted decisions made together. I was used to making them alone. He didn't understand why I wanted to journal so much, or why I needed space after family visits. We loved differently. I realized I didn't want to compromise anymore. I had fought too hard to become the woman I was in my 70s. I had found my rhythm, and I had broken it for the illusion of comfort. Section 3. When I knew it was time to step away. It wasn't one big fight. It was 100 small silences. I missed myself. I missed my own company. I missed the woman who used to stretch in the sun, write pages in her journal, and sit in the garden, humming to birds. She had disappeared. One morning, I stood in the kitchen pouring tea. James had left the cupboard open again. I remember looking at that cupboard, and then down at my cup, and thinking, this isn't the life I want to wake up to anymore. We talked. He was hurt, so was I, but we were honest. It wasn't anyone's fault. We just didn't fit in the way we had hoped. I moved out. I started over. Again, and it was terrifying, but liberating. Section 4. What I do now. My 5 morning habits that changed everything. 1. I wake up early and watch the light change. No alarm clock, no urgency, just the quiet thrill of watching daybreak seep into my window. There's something sacred about early morning light. It whispers, you made it to another day. At 80. That's not something I take for granted. 2. I journal without rules. I bought a leather-bound journal and started writing again. Not for anyone else, just me. Some days I write about what hurts. Some days I write memories I don't want to lose. I talk to myself, to people I've lost, to the younger version of me. There's power in getting your thoughts out, in clearing the noise, in knowing you are still listening to yourself. I move my body gently. I don't run marathons, but I stretch. I follow a simple 10-minute routine I found online. I walk barefoot on the grass. I do arm circles. I breathe deeply. Movement reminds me that I'm still here, that this body, though slower, still serves me beautifully. I make a pot of tea, not just a cup. It's symbolic. A pot says, I have time. I sit by the window, pour slowly, sip slowly. Sometimes I listen to classical music, sometimes birdsong. The ritual of tea became my form of prayer. I choose one thing that brings me joy. Each morning, I ask, what will bring me joy today? It could be a phone call with my daughter, planting lavender, rereading a favorite poem, painting my nails red. I do it deliberately, because at this age, joy must be chosen. These 5 habits are simple, but they gave me back my life. Pivot. Section 5. The 7 realizations I wish I knew sooner. Pivot. Companionship is not a cure for loneliness. I married again, hoping to fix the ache of solitude, but I learned that being with someone doesn't always erase the feeling of being alone. Sometimes it makes it louder. 2. Peace is often found in solitude, not partnership. There's a profound healing peace in being alone with yourself, when you stop fearing it. I used to dread empty rooms, now I bless them. That you are allowed to grow apart from what you thought you needed. We outgrow people, we outgrow dreams, and that's okay. The version of love I needed at 30 isn't the one I need at 80. That there is no shame in leaving something that no longer nourishes you, even if it looks good on the outside, even if others don't understand. Your well-being is reason enough. Pivot. Happiness doesn't need an audience. Some of my best moments now are invisible to others. No photos, no witnesses, just me, smiling quietly in my garden. You do not owe anyone the sacrifice of your peace, not for companionship, not for tradition, not for appearances. Peace is sacred. 7. Your own company can be the greatest love story of all. It took me decades to learn this, but it's true. There's nothing more powerful than learning to love your own presence. Section 6. Reflection. If I could speak to my younger self, if I could go back, I'd tell my 70-year-old self, you are not broken, you are simply in a season of deep becoming. Don't rush to fill the silence. Let it teach you something. Let it show you who you are when no one is watching. I would tell her, you are not too old to rediscover yourself. You are not too late for joy. I would place her hand on her own chest and say, this steady beat is enough. Sometimes we think our story is over when we lose a partner, or when we start aging out of the world's spotlight, but that's a lie. My 70s and 80s have been some of the most profound, raw, and beautiful chapters of my life, because I stopped living for others and started living for myself. Section 7. Final thoughts. For anyone who's considering remarrying in old age. Pivot. Marriage can be beautiful at any age. I'm not here to tell you not to try again, but do it from a place of wholeness, not from a place of loneliness. Don't believe the lie that you are incomplete without someone else. You are not half of a pear. You are a full human being. If someone comes along who fits into your piece, gently, respectfully, joyfully, welcome them, but don't shrink yourself just to be held. Don't give up your silence, your rituals, your hard-earned peace, just to avoid feeling alone, because sometimes the most courageous thing you can do is choose yourself. And that choice, that's what keeps you strong at it. That's what lets you wake up every morning, pour your tea and smile at the day ahead. If this story resonated with you or reminded you of someone you love, share it. You never know who's quietly wondering if it's too late to start again. Let them know it's never too late to choose peace, never too late to choose yourself.